Hello my friends, happy Monday. My name is Julia Masalska and this is the Daily Creative Challenge in Illustrator. I see a bunch of you are already here in the chat. Thanks for joining. I have Wade, Olivia, Musab, Gaz. Good to see you guys. Hannah, Nika. Hopefully you guys are doing good on this wonderful Monday. We have some great weather here in Denver, and I'm really excited to introduce you today to the Daily Creative Challenge of today, and it's challenge number 5. So we are through almost 5 challenges out of 9, and this week is the last one for us to kind of create this poster series that we started working on last week on Tuesday. So hopefully you guys are having fun so far. I have seen so many amazing works on the Discord channel, but let's get quickly and right into it, and let me share my screen with you so you can see what I'm looking at. And I am on behance.net/challenge/illustrator. This is the page where you get all the information that has to do with the Daily Creative Challenge, and this is where you can learn basically anything you need to participate. So here you will have a little introduction, how does it work, and here you can join the community chat, which is our Discord channel. I will get into that a little bit later. But here you will see that every single day there is a new challenge unlocked, and today is June 1st, and we are going to be working on custom type using type and knife tools. So it's going to be very slicey today and very fun. So here you can also watch the video, the replay of what we are seeing right now, and here you can also click get started, where you can also download the starter file. The starter file will help you get set up in Illustrator, but if you want to create your own file, you can also feel free to do that. If you go onto file, file new, and here you will see we already have our setup, and you're going to pick a web because we're going to be sharing our artwork on the web with RGB for the screens. So here you can just set up your file and you can click create, and this is where you can basically start working. Alright, but if you start with a starter file, it will look something like this. I have created for you guys already a mockup where you can just insert your artwork and experiment around. Of course, feel free to change up things. I'm going to show you what you can do with it. So here we have our hashtag AI Daily Challenge. So either on Behance or on Instagram, feel free to use this hashtag. There has been a lot of people, tagging this, so it's really, really cool. Cool to see. Hi, Andres. Hi, Nick, Christopher. Good to see you guys. Gurikan is here. Arthur is here. Joy. Awesome. Let me know where you guys are from. Cool. All right. I also prepared a couple quotes for you guys. They're not on the starter file, but feel free to, to grab one of these. And here you can add your name to your poster, just so people who see your poster online know who this is made by. So I'm Masalska. Really difficult to spell my name, by the way. Even I have trouble sometimes. Julia Masalska, there we go. And I'm going to push this little copyright sign. We want to be legit, and I copied it. I don't need it twice. All right, so I just copied it. I just pushed a little bit up, so it's basically right behind my name. And here we can add the project name and description. So we are going to work with, let's say, knife and type tool. And we're going to create experimental type in Illustrator. And basically, you can take any typeface you want, and we're going to, I'm going to show you how to customize it and how to make it so that it's your own and unique typeface. You can use it for logo design as well, but here we're going to use it for our poster. So what I want to do is first, I want to lock all the objects because I don't want to be moving around, all these things. Of course, you can feel free and go into the gradient and you can change up the gradient a little bit. You can click here on edit gradient, and then you will get all the gradient options wherever they are. But here you can edit the dots that have the color of the gradient, and you can also add some more or just change the color by double clicking the gradient. You can even use the color picker and take some colors from a different artwork. Okay, so let's get right into it, and I'm going to lock all my objects after editing the poster, and I'm going to select all of the objects on the artboard, and I'm going to click Command and 2. Now, as you can see, all the objects are locked and I cannot select anything anymore. But if you want to go back and unlock it, you can click Option, Command and 2, and now all the objects are back into where they were, and you can definitely, you know, edit them, move them around, and so on. But for now, I want them locked because I don't want them to come into my design, and, you know, I don't want to mess things up in the background. All right, so I think I'm going to go for, so I have a couple quotes. They're pretty much Bob Ross inspired. I don't know, I woke up today and I saw a couple, you know, images and quotes by Bob Ross, and I was so inspired. And so I would like to take one of these quotes. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. So let's take a look what we can do with this. How are you all guys doing? Let me know what you're up to. It's so exciting to be back here after this weekend. I had a really great weekend, but I'm also really happy to be here with you guys to hang out, to design some cool stuff. Christopher is from Arkansas. We have Joy from Michigan. Cool. Cool. Awesome. Yan Lee's here. Very cool. Awesome, guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, and we're going to do this as fun and easy as possible. So what I would like to do here now, I would like to change the typeface, because I wanted to have a typeface that's a little bit, you know, bolder. And I'm gonna go and look for Anisette. It's this one, Anisette Standard Bold. This is what I'm going to use. It looks a little weird if you look at this from far away. I don't know why Illustrator does this, but there is this little like things that are cut off, but no worries, they're there. And by the way, if you want to get this typeface, you can go onto, let's open a new one, fonts.adobe.com. And this is where I got this typeface. You can go onto Browse Fonts, and here you can type Anisette. That's the typeface that I'm using right now, Anisette. And as you can see, this is a family, so there will be a bunch of typefaces. And here, by clicking Activate Font, this is the one that I'm using, Anisette Standard Bold. If you click Activate, it's already going to be here in your typefaces. So you can go right away, and you don't have to, you know, download anything, you know, put it into the Illustrator files. It's just activated. And by the way, those typefaces are free if you are subscribed to the Creative Cloud. All right, so let's take a look at what we can do with this typeface. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. This is my motto. And honestly, I think this is something that should be everybody's motto, because there are really no mistakes. You cannot make any mistakes because in design, we're just experimenting, right? We have an excuse. We are not making mistakes. Okay, let me push this R a little bit back. Okay, I am pretty satisfied with this. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to outline this typeface to create a vector object. So be aware, after outlining the typeface, you will not be able to, you know, write anymore in the typeface. It's just going to be basically shapes. So then we are going to go into editing the shapes. So keep in mind that after this, you won't be able to like add letters or anything. Or you might have to start from the beginning. So I'm clicking Command Shift and O, and now as you can see, I have all my single letters as shapes, and I can move them around as I want. Right now they're grouped, so to ungroup them, I can ungroup them, but right now actually I don't need to do this. But what I want to do is here, as you can see, this typeface has these little things that are not joined, so I can right click and I can join things. Let's see, I will have to go in here. So, or actually you know what you can do is, let me see, we need the Pathfinder. Where is our Pathfinder? Right there. And here you can, you know, connect the shapes together so they're one. If you want, you can do that. You don't have to. But this is something that basically fixes this typeface. For whatever reason, they did not connect this, but all right, so let's continue with this. What we want to do is basically we want to take this typeface and we want to kind of slice it up, and we want to, you know, bring color into this and make it a little bit more exciting. So what I want to do is I want to ungroup this for now, so I can you know, so I can move around the different parts of the text. And to ungroup things, you select this object, the whole thing, and Command Shift and G, and that's how you ungroup the typeface. All right, now we can actually move around the single letters, so feel free to experiment with this. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to push this part a little bit to the top, and this part a little bit to the bottom. Let's see what we can make. We can bring some objects in between, but I want to group these for now so that I don't mess up the single letters, and Command and G to group all these letters. Okay, so now let's go in and use our knife tool. So you might not have this knife tool in your panel, but if you click on this little toolbar edit option, you can click here and you will find all the different extra tools that you might not use usually, but they are there. And here you can also have the knife tool. It's right here, and all you have to do is just pull it into your bar, and then it will appear on your bar. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to work with the knife tool, and I selected the knife tool already. So the knife tool, what it does basically, I would like to show it to you real quick on a different object so you can see right away for yourself what it does. So a knife tool basically slices up an object right where you cut it, kind of like when you cut a piece of bread, right? So I can just like go in like this, bam, 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 bam. All right, and since I only had this object selected, even if I cut over the letters, nothing will happen to the letters because I have not selected them to slice, right? I have selected this piece. So now what I can do is, now I can select the single slices, and I can, you know, change the color, and I can go ahead and, you know, make them really cool looking, and that I can also use for our typeface. So let's go back to our typeface and let's slice it up a little bit, and let's make it a little bit exciting. So we're all talking about there are no mistakes, just happy accidents, right? The knife tool is kind of this type of tool where you kind of have interesting accidents that might happen. So we're just gonna start. I'm just going to like select random parts of the T and just like slice it open. Okay, and now I can, you know, I can either take them away, or I can you know, recolor them in a different color. Just feel free to experiment what you feel like. I'm just going to do like those random cuts in here because I think it's kind of cool, and it gives us, you know, little imperfections. And this is what it's all about, you know. In design, we don't have to be perfect. Let me actually select all of this so that when I'm using the knife tool, that I'm cutting basically on the whole selection. So again, I'm using the knife tool right there, and I want to cut little parts everywhere. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, do a little bit more, a couple more cuts, just so then afterwards I can just remove them from the letter, and, you know, and create this little interesting texture that comes up. Okay, all right, so let's take a look how it looks when I remove all these little slices that I've you know, kind of created. So let's see. I'm just going to select a couple of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if by just clicking the delete button, I already kind of see that this is that they're going away and I'm removing them. So this is how you basically can you know, create custom type. And what you can also do is, let me finish this real quick. So like that. Okay, and what you can also do is, let's say you have one letter that you want to kind of, you know, customize and make a little bit more interesting. Let's take an example. Let's take an ampersand, because I think an ampersand can stand by itself really, really nicely. And let's see what typefaces we have that kind of work with this. Okay, so I'm just going to use a regular, you know, very simple looking ampersand, not in a bad way. So now what I can do is I can take my knife tool, And I can go in here and I can say, okay, ampersand, you know, I want to add it a little bit like of a curve in here. So I have sliced it up, and now I can go in and I can remove this object. And now this ampersand already has something personalized, and it looks completely different than before. And you can also experiment. You can slice, go back, slice, go back. You know, you don't have to agree to what happens right away. You can just, you know, you can do something like this, and you know, just something like that. And then now let's use the selection tool to kind of take away the sliced out objects. And then your ampersand looks really, really interesting, and it can, you know, it can be very different. And what you can also do, of course, I just went back one step with Command and Z. And now what I want to do is I just want to recolor this just a little bit. Let's say I want to use like a lighter gray. Okay. And now my ampersand also looks different, you know, and you can definitely play with this and see, you know, what you can come up with. And then what you can also do is, what I also really like doing is to create some kind of like zebra effect. So you can take the the knife tool, and then you can go ahead and just, you know, create a bunch of lines in one direction. And you don't have to be perfect doing this. You know, they don't have to be very straight. Just like a zebra, you know, a zebra is not very, you know, the shapes are not very perfect. So now what we can do is we can go in and we select every second line, every second, you know, object here inside our sliced ampersand. So I'm just selecting every single one, so we get a nice stripe effect here. And I'm going to remove it, and bam, our ampersand already looks so, you know, so interesting, and it can really bring character into your designs. And that's what we also want to do with this poster. All right, so, but I'm going to remove this since it's not part of our design right now. Whew. All right, guys, so exciting. All right, let's do the same thing here and continue with our A. All right, I'm just basically doing some random stuff. I don't really have a plan right now. You know, like Bob Ross did. He just started, and it kind of happened, you know. There's some happy accidents happening, and you know, the good thing is Bob Ross didn't have is the Command Z button. You can always go back. So we're definitely in an advantage here in our digital design community. So this is really, really great, and it's definitely helpful. But you know, even if you make a little mistake, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For the next time, you will know what will look good and what will not look good. All right. Yusunari is saying very nice. Cool. Yeah, Joy saying I'm such a perfectionist. I wouldn't have thought to cut it up in fonts and customize it. Yes, I know. And it is interesting. It is weird, but you know, you can do different things in Illustrator, and why not explore the different options? So basically, you're doing the same thing. You can also, of course, you don't have to cut out shapes like me. It looks kind of like cheese, you know, when you buy pieces of the cheese or of the food. You can also, you know, create different shapes, and you can do other things with a slice tool, with a knife tool. So let's say I want to kind of slice up the letters in the middle, right, to kind of bring them together. Okay. Oh, I have to select the whole object. Don't forget to select the whole object, otherwise the knife tool will be like, okay, what do you want to cut? You have not selected anything to cut here. So, all right, so I'm just basically, what I'm doing here, I'm just bringing these letters together by kind of creating these lines vertically, right? So you will have a certain relationship between these two lines of text. So what I want to do is now I want to select the parts of the letters that are kind of under each other, and I want to create a little relationship to our gradient. So let's say I want to use this blue color that I've been using. So let's say I want to make parts of it blue. Okay, and we can also, you know, just experiment with it and figure it out. Right there. Cool. And this and this. Let's just go ahead and select a couple more parts so we can be a little bit quicker with the coloring part, so we can save some time. There we go. Oh yeah, and the N here. That's why I was telling you guys, so to like connect the object inside the N will be good, but that's all right. It still works. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I think this will be it almost. Yes. And now you can see the cool thing that's happening here inside this text is that we kind of made these lines that kind of connect these two parts, and you know this text belongs together, right? So so let's finish this up. I'm just going to continue slicing it. Cutting it up with a knife tool. There is also a slice tool, but it's something different. It's used for, you know, selecting parts of the artwork to be exported. That's what the slice tool is for. Arthur is saying dope. Thank you so much, Arthur. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with, and you know, what you can do with this tool. And again, I forgot to select the whole object. Bam. And now I'm going back with a knife tool. Okay. As you can see, this is all really random. I don't have any plan. I'm just creating similar kind of, you know, cutouts in the letters. And it kind of works with our slogan that says there are no mistakes, there's just happy accidents, because really this is all about experimenting. So I might figure out later that I cut too much off an E and it's not legible anymore, but you know, we can still go back and we can still, you know, edit, and we can learn from our mistakes, which are not really mistakes. They're more like we want to, you know, to see what we did wrong and learn it for next time. This is what it's all about, right? Okay. Interesting. It's coming together. Whoa, the K is not very well legible anymore. Be careful with that. So don't take away too much, but just enough. Just enough, my friends. Okay. Oops, the T disappeared. That's not what I wanted. All right, how are you guys doing so far? Hopefully you guys can still follow me and you know, and figure it out for yourself. Okay, let's see. I need to hurry up. But I want to finish this. You know, I want to finish this part, and then I'm going to show you where to upload your artwork. So today my design is going to be very let's say unfinished, but let's add some more. Let's actually unlock things with Command Option and 2. And now I'm going to, you know, work with the gradient a little bit. I'm just going to push it around a little bit so, you know, we can save some time. Just add some more color here. Okay, you can also do fun things with these objects like that. You know, just make something fun out of it. Because why not? And now, let's see, I want to put this one over here. Okay, and now, so I have some objects looking out of my poster, right? So what I want to do is I want to create a clipping mask. And for that, I'm going to make a rectangle that's exactly the size of the poster. And I'm going to take this rectangle, I'm going to make it colorless for you so you can see what I'm doing. And select these objects that are looking out, and on the right side you will see, or actually if you right click, you can make a clipping mask. So now your objects are inside the poster. Alright friends, so now we have our poster, and I have to hurry up, and I want to export it, and I want to export it for screens because we want to share it on a screen in our you know, in our Discord channel. And now I already have my artwork here in my Adobe folder, And I'm going onto our Discord channel. This is our Discord channel here. The link I'm going to share with you right now. It's right here, bit.ly/AI Discord. And here I'm going to post my work under the challenge tab. So if you go onto this link and you go onto the challenge tab, you click the little plus sign, and this is where I'm going to post my artwork of today. So you guys can see this there as well, and submit yours there as well. So I'm really looking forward to your submissions, guys. All right, so today was really crisp, and I'm definitely in time pressure, but guys, I'm really looking forward to your submissions, and I'm going to be reviewing some of the designs today. So make sure to submit your designs, and we're looking, we have a lot of friendly mentors that are going to give you feedback. Also, feel free to give each other feedback, and we all kind of want to learn from each other. So awesome. PS saying, I had so much to do last week. I hope I can do all challenges soon, but watching is great. Yes, and also feel free, if you're just starting out, take a look at different challenges, and they all are introducing different tools. So just take the different tools and combine them, because why not? You can learn those tools by practicing, and then just combine them and create amazing posters out of it. Thanks guys for joining us here today, and make sure to stay tuned for the next show, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye.